Hello, everyone. I don't even know what to say. Honestly, I'm just tired at this moment. You understand? But let me start by repeating that thing I always say. There was someone who tweeted and said that if you are not Nigerian and somebody explained Nigeria to you and you understood what they explained to you, then that means that person did not explain Nigeria very well to you. Because what is this? Sowore has been rearrested. We just did a video saying that Sowore has gotten breaking news. Sowore has gotten, they've been granted bail himself and Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Nnamdi Kanu's brother, and other people that were arrested during the protest. They've been granted bail. I think they say 500,000. They should bring their national identification number. They should bring their passport, international passport. They should also bring their tax clearance, 3 years, tax clearance, all of that. And then now there's a breaking news upon the breaking news. But by the time you are watching this, I will allow you to have space a little bit because I've been people now Nigerians will not keep person. Before they will use breaking news, take keep person. Breaking, and this is for Sahara Reporter, he said Nigerian police arrest Sowore outside Kuje court, punch and drag him into waiting van moments after bail. What is it with the Nigerian police? Or is this the IG of police, being very petty and being vindictive with Sowore? He has issues with Sowore. Sowore said he's illegal, IG of police because his tenure has actually expired, and then you saw the illegitimate president there using the powers he has over the National Assembly to get a law passed, the bill amended to the fact that he cannot stay beyond the time that he's supposed to stay, and which of course has caused a lot of issue within the police, a lot of angry people, because the people that came after him, that entered police after, are now resigning while he's still there. Of course, it will cause ill feelings, bad feelings, and people who are supposed to have been promoted, to that office have not been there. But anyway, I don't know whether that is it. That's why the police are always after Sowore and all of that. One thing they don't realize that Sowore no care. Because in short, he begs you to arrest him. He wants you to arrest him. That he is there, so it's in your face. So if that now you where they arrest and now you your head no correct. No be the Sowore where you they arrest, because honestly, by this time, the money that Nigeria just keep wasting, Nigerian security agencies and whatever, but even in prosecuting him, if I'm a judge and police is bringing Sowore to my case on this kind of flimsy matter, I would be fining the police. Chaos erupted on Friday outside the Kuje Magistrate Court in Abuja after police officers punched and forcefully dragged human rights activist and former presidential candidate Omoyole Sowore into a waiting van despite the court granting him bail. Sources on the court premises said the incident occurred moments after the magistrate granted bail to Sowore and 13 others. Or is it that they want by force that he must spend the weekend in police cell? One of the things that this security, especially police, use, and people who want to oppress other people, that they try to get you by weekend, either towards Thursday, Friday. In a way, they know the courts will be closed by Friday, so whatever it is, you're forced to spend time in jail, and a long time, particularly in jail. While his legal team was in the process of perfecting his bail conditions, police officers led by the investigating police officer IPO in charge of the case identified as CSP Ilya Subarau, OC anti-vice under DC CIDFCT command, pounced on him, manhandled him, and forced him into a waiting police van. This is crazy. According to witnesses, Sowore was assaulted as he resisted attempts by the officers to take him away without a proper explanation. The IPO punched him, dragged him on the ground, and then pushed him violently into the van. They really manhandled him, one eyewitness said. This is just crazy. What did he do to you? Allow the guy be. He has a right to speak up. He has a right to protest. If Sowore wants every day, he wants to be on the street protesting every day from his house, carrying people and marching to wherever, villa, wherever he wants to go. He has a right to do it. Simple. He didn't stop anybody from moving, right? The blocking that happened was even the last blocking that happened. It's the police mainly doing more of the blocking than any other thing. When we demanded to see the remand order they claim to have obtained from the court, the officer refused to produce any document. So this is kidnapping. So more or less, let's say that the Nigerian police has kidnapped Sowore. Police forcefully took Sowore to prison despite the bail granted to him. They cited a secret remand order. The officers reportedly claimed that they were acting on a remand order authorizing Showore's transfer to Kuje Correctional Center. Witnesses accused the police of disregarding the court's bail ruling and attempting to detain him under questionable circumstances secretly. Meanwhile, the magistrate granted bail and there was no mention of any remand order, one of the eyewitnesses said. One of the things that I would also love to find out is that is he the only one that was arrested, or is it all the protesters that were released on bail that were rearrested, or is it just Omoyele Sowore that was arrested? Earlier on Friday, the magistrate court granted bail to Sowore and others detained over the recent Free Nnamdi Kanu now protests in the Federal Capital Territory. Others are Aloy Ejimako, counsel for the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, his brother, Prince Emmanuel Kanu, and 11 others. The court presided over by Magistrate Abubakar Umar Said issued the bail order after the defendants were arraigned on charges bordering on unlawful assembly and disturbance of public peace. Can you imagine this? The nonsense charges that the police is wasting our time on and wasting judicial hours. According to the ruling, the court granted Sowore and other protesters bail in the sum of 500,000 naira each, subject to the condition that they present a verified national identification number NIN. The magistrate also directed the defendants to present their 3-year tax clearance certificates and submit their passports as part of the bail condition. Sowore was arrested on Thursday by operatives of the Nigeria Police Force after leaving the Federal High Court in Abuja. His arrest, which was captured on videos that circulated online, drew widespread criticism from civil society organizations and human rights groups who described it as another attempt to suppress decent and silence activism. Sowore, a pro-democracy activist and former presidential candidate, has been a prominent critic of the Nigerian government. His repeated arrests and alleged harassment by security agencies have drawn condemnation from human rights groups and international observers who have called for respect for judicial processes and fundamental freedoms. And I think at this moment, even the Nigerian judiciary should actually sit down and have a conversation with the Nigerian police, or is it the Department of Prosecutions, or I don't even know what they call public prosecution, or whatever it is they call it in Nigeria, to say stop wasting the people's time, stop taking people's resources on these trumped up charges, that keep repeating itself. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.